NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's popping with you, ladies and gentlemen? The Knicks, we came off with a big win last night, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, we are about to go to ATL. My goal is to come back with 2. Come back 3-1. Come back with 2. Go get home court advantage back. Come back 3-1 and end this thing at home, man. Stop, you know, mess around with these guys. They could be dangerous. So this is what we're going to do tonight. I want y'all to pay attention. See what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk some Knicks. We're going to break down some of the storylines of the basketball game. Some of the things we want to look at going into Atlanta. And then we're going to get into this Big 15 EP. We got D.O. here, Drugs Only. We got Bezzo here. And, of course, we got Evergreen. And we're going to get into it and break that down. But before we jump into that, let's go ahead and let's talk New York Knicks with the group. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, what's popping with you? How are y'all feeling this evening? D.O., start with you, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Just happy to be here, man. Shout out to the whole Knicks family, NBK family. We here, like the Knicks say, Big 15. We gonna be out here, man.
Yeah, no bull. No doubt. Evergreen?
Man, you know, I'm excited. You know, especially after yesterday's win, you know what I mean? Almost went into cardiac arrest watching the game. My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms is heavy. You know the whole thing, and we came out with the W. So, you know, I'm super excited. You know, I'm definitely in agreement with you. You know, we go down and we take 2. We come back to the Garden. We take 1. That's a wrap. Let's get on to Philly. You know, Philly about to get that sweep. So let's get on to Philly. Yeah, I need Philly. I need to get on to Philly too because they right across the bridge for me. So, you know, I got to try to catch a game or something, you know. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And listen, I'm there with you, man. They go to Philly. You know, I'm like 2 hours away from Philly. They go to Philly, I'm there.
Right.
I'm there, without a doubt. And the tickets are cheaper than at the Garden.
Way cheaper. They got COVID section either. I think this is just like regular. You know, they tax on the COVID at the Garden. You know, so
they killing on the COVID section. You know what I'm saying? The non-vaccine section. They killing you.
I'm trying to figure out if James Harden give us a 50% discount at the Garden.
Oh, and I do want to say this. Then I'm gonna get to my man Bezzo here. I do want to say this. If by any chance the Brooklyn Nets win the championship, we're going to start this right now, Knicks fans.
Right now.
If the Brooklyn Nets win the championship, when they have their parade, all Knicks fans need to show up with their Knicks gear on and take over their parade. You feel me? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. That's what we doing.
We gotta make sure we make that a movement across all the big platforms. Everybody has to know about this. So everybody that's in the chat right now, you know, obviously I'm assuming y'all all listen to the other platforms too. You make sure some of the callers, y'all call up to all the other platforms. Yo, if the Brooklyn Nets win the championship, we all gotta show up. Too easy. It's too easy. It'll be hilarious too. But
hilarious.
I want us to win a championship. You know what I mean? This is Cinderella season. I'm calling it now. It's a Cinderella season.
Word. I'm with it. Bezzo, man, what's popping with you, bro? I know you little bit new to the channel.
I'm happy to be a part of this whole situation. I'm happy to see the Knicks winning. You know, my team ain't got a shot in it. We up out of here, so.
All right, so you might as well go ahead and support the Knicks then. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
But I want y'all to win more than I want Brooklyn to win, because that win looks manufactured. This one will be genuine.
Genuine. No doubt about it. Be genuine. So let's talk about some things from last night. Couple things. First thing I do, I want to jump into this though, because Knicks fans, look, we love our team and all that. That's cool. But the reports out there, the little video out there, I didn't really see it. I couldn't see it, but there's the video out there of supposedly a fan spitting on Trae Young, right? In Madison Square Garden, they did. The Knicks, they stepped in and they suspended the fan for life. They banned him for life and everything. But I mean, as fans, man, like, what I mean? It's not exactly. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? We gotta chill out. If you're gonna boo, if you're gonna, exactly, it's basketball at the end of the day. So if you're gonna boo, that's one thing, right? You screaming, F Trae Young, whatever. I get it, but to spit on a man, come on, man, that's ridiculous. You just can't do that.
And that was a big volley. Like, I'm a heavy Knicks fan, and I mean, I don't like Trae Young for the fact what he did in Game 1, but I would never take it to that extent and spit on somebody, because I know somebody spit on me, what was those repercussions that's gonna come with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just let's get it together, Knicks family. You know what I'm saying? We gonna support the team how we gonna support the team, but let's not do nothing crazy that make you look crazy like that, man. Spitting on somebody, that's uncalled for. We don't gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? And we still won the game at the end of the day. Like, we didn't even need to do all that. So that was corny. I ain't gonna hold you. That was corny.
Yeah. We ain't need to do it at all. And then in Philly, the dude, dumped a box of popcorn over top of Westbrook's head as he's walking out, walking off the floor. All that stuff is uncalled for, more, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're really comfortable, like, because they can, like, literally touch the players. It's like no other sport in the world. You can't touch them. I mean, you can literally get courtside and the player can fall on you. You know what I mean? You have intimate interactions with the player. They walk through the tunnel, all of that. So people are really comfortable. Plus, they ain't have sports in almost a year. And, tensions is high. Then you have ignorant people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling it a color thing, but, it's a lot of ignorance going on at the moment. And, they got money. They could go to games and be ignorant,
Yeah, it's craziness, man. You know what I'm saying? It's craziness out there. So, look, fans, just take it easy, support the team, and that's it. Just support the team.
Enjoy the game. We're getting to watch basketball again.
Yeah. I'm happy for that. Word.
Yeah,
especially us in the continuing in the season. Like, I'm with all of it. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like, I'm above it. I'm above the yelling, the screaming. You know what I mean? I think it was uncalled for Trae Young to even deserve the FU chance. So, like, we as Knicks fans, we built that, right? We built that monster that became the end of that game, because we didn't have to do none of that. But I'm with it. Like, if I'm at courtside with y'all, you know what I mean, and everybody, like, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna F Trae Young. We're gonna do all of that stuff. But for that to escalate anywhere past that,
yeah, I don't agree with that.
Anywhere past, like, what's the phrase they say? You got to keep it basketball. Right. Even when you're on the court, like, arguments happen, fights happen, but you can tell that these guys are keeping it basketball and keeping it in the confines of the competition. Right. And as long as you keep it that way, it's good. But the fans, they get a little bit of that liquid courage in them, and from that point on, you know what I mean. And I don't even know. Like, I'm watching a video multiple times. Like, I feel like maybe the timing was perfect because you see like Trae Young did like one of these little herky jerky things.
Yeah.
And then the lady that was sitting next to 50
That was 50 Cent girlfriend. That was 50 Cent girlfriend.
She clearly got some spit on her shoulder because she got it and she like looked up, and then 50 looked at her while she jerked. So I don't know if Trae Young actually got spit on, because he even, if you look on Twitter, you can see his post where he like tagged 50 in it. He was like, y'all good. So I don't know if he actually got spit on, but it's definite that he got spit at, and that's enough for somebody to get snuffed.
Yeah.
And obviously you can't do that in the Garden. So charges need to be filed against dude on behalf of Madison Square Garden. He needs to be charged. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Make an example out of him and ban him from all NBA platforms, all NBA. You got to set an example with this right now, because who's to say that he won't travel up to Boston or travel down to Philly to go and catch one of those other games and do something else that's disparaging.
Right.
So we can't have that. NBA. So NBA, y'all watching this, y'all don't notice anybody that does anything demoralizing outside the basic confines of NBA
interactions.
And NBA, and get them out of there and get them out of there for good. Set the example now, especially now that we're coming back to this new, not new, but it's been strange, but everybody's coming back. You got to set a standard, and if you don't set a standard, before you know it, you're gonna have the malice at the palace again, and we don't want that.
Exactly, exactly. And listen, the Knicks fans don't even have to. They're like, what they say, Trae Young is balding, whatever. He knows that already. You ain't even got to tell him. He knows what's going on with his head already. You know what I mean? If you really want to get at him, you gotta find something out about him that nobody else knows and exploits that. Like everybody knows that he's afraid of birds or whatever. Like you coming in with chicken suits, y'all look stupid. Don't do that.
Let me say this real quick. Our fans is like no other fans though. Look, we won last night. We won one playoff game last night. You couldn't tell me outside we didn't win the championship.
Right.
Our fans is different. We just do. So it's just it's New York. New York is different in itself.
It's been 13 years though.
Huh?
How long has it been? 13 years since I?
Eight years since we've been in the playoffs. It was 2013 the last time we've been in the playoffs.
8 years since we won a playoff game.
So that was the big deal, but
it's a big deal.
Look. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But we just got to take it easy, man. Just take it easy. They're people too. I know we pay high prices to go watch games and all that stuff. They're still human beings, so we just got to be easy with that. Now, I'm gonna start with you with Dio on this one here. Derrick Rose played 38 minutes last night. We talked about it a little bit last night on the pregame, but he played 38 minutes. He took over that. Well, I don't want to say he took over the starting spot yet. We don't know, but he started the third quarter. You could presume that he's going to take over that starting spot over Elfrid Payton. 38 minutes is a lot.
Yeah. 38 minutes, that's running Derrick Rose into the ground. I love Tibbs, but 38 minutes for Derrick Rose is too much. I think I would play Derrick Rose like 34 minutes, 35 minutes to max. And we gotta put some Frank in there, man. We gotta break it up, man. We gotta put some Frank in the game. I will bring Rose in literally like almost by like I will start him and then bring him out and then what I'm saying, let him breathe. Hold on, and then like third quarter, I'll bring him in like the end of the third quarter, bring him out on the fourth, like in the beginning of the fourth, and bring him back in at the end of the fourth. Man, we gotta break Derrick Rose minutes up smart. You know what I'm saying? Because that's too much for Derrick Rose, man. You know what I'm saying? That's way too much.
That was a situation, like you know what I mean? Because he knows how to get a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not afraid to get a bucket. So from watching it, I assumed because they wasn't up, they needed a spark of life. They needed someone who was going to come in and just get the buckets. Right. You know what I'm saying? With no thinking, and that's what Derrick Rose always been. He's senior buckets. You know what I mean? If he wasn't hurt, he'll be high flying all over the place. So I wouldn't start him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't start him. I would let him come in middle of the first quarter, let him rock the second quarter, let him come in the middle of the third, you know what I'm saying, and let him decide on the fourth quarter depending on the situation of the game. You know what I'm saying? If we need that person that could come in and go and just get the buckets and take the pressure off of Randle, you know what I mean, and everybody else, because they watch him when he's on the court. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I mean, they're not saying he's going to do something amazing, but he might. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I saw when I was watching the game is he came in with the spark, and they needed that spark not to die.
Right.
You know
Right.
Yeah. Now, and I mean, that's definitely a fact, man, because after halftime going into the third quarter, I think there was a lot of Knicks fans that was feeling like, yo, this might be the end of the season right here.
Facts.
Might be the end of the season.
I was.
They're puffing a lot in the third quarter. I was like, man, we got to get Rose out there, man, because we got to do better. But we know what Tibbs is, man. Like, we know what we signed up for when we got Tibbs from the door. So we know Tibbs is going to play these players. He's going to play his best players. He's going to play the players that he trusts the most. Mm-hmm. And Derrick Rose is happened to fall into that category. He you know, he been in war with Derrick Rose, so he know when he can get out of Derrick Rose. So
right.
It is what it is, man. It's like it's a gift and a curse with that. But hopefully, let's just see if he'll be healthy, you know, and ride this out. Maybe we can get a spark plug off the bench. Somebody else can step up, like Quickly. Maybe Quickly could give us some more minutes. I think we need to utilize Quickly a little different. I think Quickly got to shoot a little bit more. I want Quickly to shoot more. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll take a lot of pressure off of guys like Julius Randle. And, you know, if we could take Rose out and have Quickly just run around, use Quickly like they use Stephen Curry, you know what I'm saying? Have him running around and get some more shots up, man, because that boy can shoot. So I just think we need to just be smart what we doing with Derrick Rose, man. Tibbs, if you listening, man, let's get those minutes down. It's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let's get those minutes down.
Yeah, because you know, we need some variation on the offensive side of the floor. We just don't have any variation. When I look at the Hawks, one of the reasons why their offense can be so lethal is because there's just different things they do off the ball, screening off the ball, backdoor cuts, finding ways for other people to, you know, catch and shoot. We're basically just, if Randle can create a double team, we can kick it to somebody open for a jump shot. We just need more variation in the offensive side. Hopefully, you know, I don't want to think about next year yet, but going into next year, I know this year was, you know, kind of a short training camp, all that kind of stuff. They'll expand and open that offense up a little bit more, you know, but they need more, because basically it's like Randle creates a double team, they kick the ball out. If that person doesn't have a shot, they swing it. They don't have a shot. Now it's just somebody create.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
you know
one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of isolation in that. It's a lot of isolation.
And they're banking on it.
Yeah, they're banking on that. And it's predictable. At this point, it's predictable. We
right.
Like, when I watch the game and I'm like, okay, I know what we're about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we just need a better offensive scheme in general, man. We got to get more creative offensively, because we run the same plays, and I'm like, man, teams, they already caught on. It's not like they're gonna catch on. They already caught on. So that's why Julius Randle not putting up those buckets. Everybody like, yo, why you not scoring 30 or 25 or whatever?
They slow down. They slow it down.
Yeah, they know what Randle about to do.
Right. They know everything. I watch all the film on that boy.
Mm-hmm.
Every move, you know what I mean? His sweet spots, they taking those away.
Right.
That's how they did Trey. Like, they took away his sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? They forced him to shoot the ball early. You know what I mean? He wasn't coming. You know what I mean? A lot of you have to do these things. You know what I mean? If you don't execute the defensive plan, the opposition will score on you.
Right. And you know, I think that's like throughout this series, especially this series, Derrick Rose is gonna have to. You know, he may be averaging 20 to 25 this series. Because of the way that they're playing defense, we're going to need him to break down the defense, get inside, you know, knock down them pull-up jump shots, hit them little floaters. There was one time in the third quarter, I thought 22-year-old Derrick Rose was coming out. He went baseline, and he rose up. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
but then, he dipped and it came under. But, you know, he looked like he was rising up for something. I was like, yo, be careful. We need you on the court. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We need Rose, but protect Rose by all costs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just think about us getting to when we got to play. Let's just say we get past this round. I know we is. I feel confident that we're gonna get to the second round. But I mean, by the time we get to that, man, Derrick Rose could be potentially get burnt out, man. If we play a team like Philly, I mean, we're going to need Derrick Rose healthy for that series. That series is going to be way tougher than
the sound
we're going right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
They get it right.
Yeah, we get to Philly. That series is going to be crazy. And we were just talking about the fans. We get to Philly. I mean, we just seen the Knicks fans do something. We seen what Philly fans did. Imagine if we play each other, what the fans going to be like. That's going to be crazy. And we only a couple hours away from each other. Yeah, that might be nuts, man. That'd be real nuts.
Listen, it's gonna be fights. I don't know if you've been to
what happened to my sound?
to this. I don't know if you've been over to where the Sixers play, like how the parking lot is set up. The parking lot is like, it feels like it's like a mile away from the actual center, and when I was there, people was giving me side eyes and dirty looks and like, oh, we got Knicks fans here, you know what I mean? So I could see something happening on the way walking up just to get inside,
Right. But right. Yeah, but of course we got to get past the Hawks, man. We got to get past the Hawks first. And Bullocks came up big last night. He came up real big last night with his defense, with his physicality. He knocked down some big shots for us. I mean, he knocked down some shots that all season long, like especially Steph, right? She was always talking about timeliness, knocking down those timely shots. He knocked down some super timely shots this weekend, or last night. You know what I mean? Super timely shots. There was one in the fourth quarter. It felt like Atlanta was on the way back, man. I think they cut the lead to 2, and he came up. He knocked down a big 3 that put us back up 5, and I think that was probably the shot of the game right there. Because if he missed that and Atlanta comes back down and they score, tie the game up, now we're looking at something similar to what we saw in the first game, right? Bullock's knocked down some big shots.
That was clutch from Bullock. That was clutch. Like what Bullock did is clutch. I mean, he had a big one when we played the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? Bullock. I used to be scared when Bullock played in the fourth quarter because the way he turns over the ball from the inbounds and all that. But Bullock is really starting to step up for us in the fourth quarter in the clutch, man. That's the type of guy you want guarding your best player, the best wing player on the other team. You know what I'm saying? I really like what Bullock brings to the table. And we're gonna need him, man. We're gonna need Bullock to shoot. We're gonna need him to shoot, man. I think Bullock gotta go back to get hot in the first quarter as well. We need that early spark from him. Because I mean he came through last night, which was tough, but we're gonna need him to start the game off because he usually start the game off shooting at a high clip, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully he can back that rhythm, you know what I'm saying?
I think Tibbs figured out that Reggie Bullock has a 3 dribble limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at them play, if he gets the ball, it's a head fake, it's a sidestep dribble, it's a jumper, it's coming off a curl, coming off a screen jumper. But if he dribbles more than twice, that next dribble is a bounce pass or that next dribble is a handoff. He never dribbles more. Pay attention to this. I thought I was just crazy, but I was watching it all game. If he dribbles more than 3 times, he's not going to shoot. He's giving the ball, he's moving somewhere else. So, again, it's a 3 dribble limit with him. And I think that's what really cut down on the turnovers from earlier in the season, even from last season when he was getting a little bit of PT under Mike Miller. That 3 dribble limit, he's not a guy that can create off the dribble. He's a guy that, you got to create for him. What I mean? Just run around screens and let him play that Richard Hamilton role. You know what I mean? Running off screens, running off back, popping back out. He's just got to continue to move. When he gets in a position where he's standing in the corner, usually it's got something to do with Julius Randle on the other side and on a low post side, trying to get the ball to him. So he's just got to keep moving. And I think, Reggie Bullock doing that will continue to be successful. They're not guarding him really like that. He's finding his way to get free. So, as long as he continues to do that, I'm cool with him taking the shots that he's taking.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't think we do enough for Bullock. As far as, like I said earlier, we need to add some variation to our offense. I don't think we do enough for Bullock, though. It's basically, him and Julius Randle play a little bit of a two-man game. We haven't seen that in this series. There was, especially when we were on that 9-game winning streak, that Reggie Bullock and Julius Randle two-man game was killing.
Phenomenal. It was phenomenal. Like, it was to a point where it was unstoppable, especially in that first half. Like, the first quarter, they come out with that two-man game, and Bullock and Randle had it going, man, for that 9-game winning streak, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. We got to get back. We got to get back to that. We got to get back to, Randle and Bullock getting into that rhythm early. Maybe because those are two players right now that's not in rhythm in the first half for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They both came through last night in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? But man, we need both. We need them. We need that production from them early in the game. I think that'll set like a tone, because I think we could really smack Atlanta around, man. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta got a good pick and roll that they're running on us, but for the most part, I think we got the edge on them. You know what I'm saying? I really think we could take Atlanta and we can get them up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
They all finesse, man.
Yeah.
The only banger. It's the only banger.
And last night we started playing physical with them, right? We started playing real physical. You see Reggie Bullock, he picked up the flagrant foul. He knew it was a flagrant foul. He didn't even try to contest it. He knew it was a flagrant foul. He
walked away.
Exactly.
He laid them out. We need those kind of plays, though.
We hit
that truck stick.
Yeah,
exactly. Hit that truck stick. Yeah, for real.
I would put Pell in the game. And just for like 2 minutes, just to have him foul rough. Yo, go ahead. Just foul Capella, foul Trey Young, and just get him up out of the game, man. Even Alfred Payton, man. Alfred Payton, we gotta get Alfred Payton aggressive on Trey Young. Bump him, really abuse Trey Young, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we not doing that. That's one of the things I'm like, why are we not abusing Trey Young?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta abuse that man. We got to make him feel he's frail. You know what I mean? You got to really
put that man in the post and punish him.
And punish him. Put him in the post and punish him all night.
Make him play it.
Yeah. Last night, they started playing more physical. And we'll see if they continue to do that in Atlanta. It's going to be 50% Knicks fans in Atlanta anyway, so they don't really have to worry about the crowd going crazy at them. It's going to be half Knicks fans. I want to see them continue to play that physical game, push those guys around, and just bully them. Just bully them.
That's it. Look, I'm watching it right now. Bully these dudes. Yo.
Yeah, I really think if we bully them, that they might cower.
Yeah. For sure. I think they not ready for the physicality that we're gonna bring to the table. You could tell, like, when we started doing that, they started going cold. They wasn't even hitting no more, because we started playing up on them. Even in the first, in the first couple possessions, you saw how we caught Gallinari and we doubled them at the top. They wasn't ready for that. They not ready for that. And we do that. We start off like that, and then we take our foot off the gas. Right. And then that gives them enough time to start setting their plays. And, we let them set their plays a lot. I feel like we should always, throw a double every once in a while at Trey Young as soon as he crossed the court or something. Just catch him right there. And how they was doing Steph Curry? They was doing Steph Curry like that. They was catching Steph right as soon as he crossed that line. They on his body. Right. Make somebody else score. You know what I'm saying? Make somebody else score.
Right. That's definitely what I think we got to do. And you can do it, and it doesn't have to be all the time. I know they'll say, well, we don't want them to get used to it, but like you said, every once in a while, you call it out, boom, come out of a timeout, throw a trap at them real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Every once in a while, and then if it's something you want to go to in the fourth, then you go to it in the fourth quarter. Taj Gibson. Let's talk about Taj Gibson, man, because Taj Gibson last night, I thought he was big. He was big for us. His numbers is not going to be crazy, right? But his grittiness, just his grittiness to the game, helped to set that tone. Bullock's grittiness. Yeah, Taj is a banger. His grittiness last night, fighting for rebounds, just at a point when it felt like it was, in that third quarter, the Knicks made a run, but then the Hawks came back. And it felt like, man, this game could. Because in the third quarter, the Knicks came out. Derrick Rose came out scoring. Julius Randle came out scoring. They cut the lead to maybe 8. But then the Hawks put it right back up. And it almost felt like, damn, like, it's just not going to happen. But Taj just kept battling, grabbing boards, fighting for loose balls, you know what I mean, and battling until finally it's almost like we wore them down, and I feel like we could do that every game. But Taj Gibson was a big part of that, like a huge part of just wearing them down. Evergreen, what you think, man?
Historically throughout Taj Gibson's entire career, he's never been a numbers based guy. You know what I mean? He's always been I don't want to say an enforcer, but he's I really don't like using the phrase like he plays the right way, but like he's like the most. When you look at a guy in the league right now for the way the league has moved, he's like the guy that plays the game
fundamentally sound.
Yeah, the most fundamentally sound defensive big that I've seen in a long time, right? Like just basic bounce passes that he receives, he catches them perfectly. Like he's always in the right exact position, perfect box outs, perfect screens, none of those things have ever shown up on the stat line. They only show up on Guillermo's stat line. He's the only person that's got those readily available to be able to spit out, and they'll be true,
right.
So it's just what Taj Gibson brings to this team is the lunch pail construction worker guy that's downtown laying bricks. When you need a guy to come over and do an extra job that's going to be willing to do it free of charge, you go and get Taj Gibson to do it, and he's going to do it faster, better, stronger, and more efficient than anybody else that you have available on that construction team. Every single team in the NBA back in the day used to have a guy like that. Because the game has moved into this quasi shooting league, you kind of lose that additional foundational player. So Taj Gibson's that guy. I foresee him. He's clearly going to retire here. He's on his. I say he's got 4 years left. Right. He needs to be somebody that's on a coaching staff. He needs to be an honorary player here, not necessarily retire his jersey unless we win a championship, but he needs to be the guy that's like, when we get a new breed of players, he needs to be the guy to say, this is how you play the game of basketball, and this is how the Knicks, enhance that, and this is what you're a part of. He's that foundational guy. And that's why Thibodeau wanted him here, because you remember his contract was up. Like we essentially, the front office didn't want him, but come November, December time frame, it's like, no, bring me Taj Gibson. These two, between Taj and Derrick Rose, those guys come together, right? And I've had them my entire career, and I'm not gonna not have them when they're if they're both available. So Taj Gibson is that guy for us, and we need to keep him by any means. We need to keep him. 6'7" needs to stay.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. He's definitely needs to stay. He's that heart and soul. He's that heart and soul of the team. The guy that's going to go out there and do anything and everything. Basically, when you look at everything we talk about, man, nobody's numbers last night except for maybe Derrick Rose. And the 26 points doesn't really blow you out the water, right? But nobody's numbers really blow you out the water. It's a team thing. You know what I mean? And basically, this is, that's been their mantra, the Big 15. right? KD tried to troll us a little bit with the little video he put out, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Cornball, but for real. But basically, we've kept that mantra, either the next man up. Nobody really out there just trying to hunt down numbers. Even Julius Randle, he made the All-Star team, most improved player, but he's not trying to hunt down numbers. If it's not going for him, he's like, you know what, I'll go ahead and give the rock up. I'll get mine when it does come. Although I think it's going to help him and the team if he's just a little bit more selfish right now, because he's looking to pass, and that double team ain't really coming, right? So in order for him to push it and make the team make Atlanta's defense commit, I think he needs to force that penetration into the lane a little bit to force them to commit, but he's got to do it the right way. I think they need to get him on the elbow and then let him go to work from the elbow. But look, his numbers, he don't have gaudy numbers over these 2 games. I think even last night, he had 15 points or whatever it is. But they're doing it as a team, man.
15, 12, I think, last night, 15, 12.
Yeah,
4,
right.
So, it was like 4 assists or something like that. Yeah, so that's what he's going to get. They honor him. They know his number right now. They're gonna trap him. So, Julius Randle. My thing with Julius Randle, he just gotta pass that ball a little faster. He holds the ball way too much than, you know what I'm saying, for my liking. But I love Julius Randle as a player. I love what he did. Like, from the bounce that he made from last year to this year was phenomenal. And he's definitely a big piece of what our team is. So, I love Julius Randle for the fact of that. But my favorite player is Taj Gibson right now. I tweeted that earlier, and I put it up last night. Taj Gibson, like, if this was the 90 Knicks, Taj Gibson would be like Oakley to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just he's gonna grab those balls. He's the dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Taj Gibson is my favorite Knick right now, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch his game, and he does a lot. Like you said, he does a lot of stuff that don't show up on the stat sheets, especially those screens. Those screens be phenomenal. Like, those screens be putting players down sometimes. I'll be seeing them. I'm like, yo, Taj is doing his numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's a guy I definitely would love to see here for as long as he can go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd love to see him retire a Knick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think he's going to do that. I think he'll retire a Knick.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got other people. Well, Alec Burks didn't have the game that he had in the first game, but, he still, I think he had 11, 12 points. Obi, he's coming through. He's playing some big minutes for us, man.
Obi Toppins. I still don't think we're utilizing them right, but Obi Toppins is, man, to the point where I was like, just keep Randle out the game. Let Obi keep cooking, man. Let him cook, man. I think Tibbs take him out too fast after he get the momentum. As soon as Obi get that momentum,
right,
he pulls him. And I'm like, man, keep Obi in the game, man. He get a dunk like that, keep him in the game.
Yeah.
Keep him in the game.
Yeah, because
do some pick and roll for Obi. That was his game. Pick and roll to the basket, get that alley-oop. I think we need to do that, man.
Yeah, because right now, right now, with the way that Atlanta's defense is playing Julius Randle, and he's having a hard time scoring, the style of play that Obi has, they can't defend it because he's up and down the floor. He plays quick. He's slashing to the basket. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks get a steal. They're looking for him on the oop. I mean, he just plays faster than Julius Randle. Right now, with the way that Atlanta's playing, obviously you're not going to keep Julius Randle out the game, the entire game. You're not going to play Obi 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But if he's playing well, you gotta rock with him because his style of play is geared towards this matchup right now, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obi. What you think about a small ball lineup? Like, with Randle. I mean, now if Capella comes out, what you think about throwing Randle at the 5 and playing Obi at the 4?
Yeah, I think we could do that. I think we could. I think that
we
could.
should switch that up. I think we should try. I think he should just try it. See what we can get up out of that.
I know Tom Thibodeau ain't trying nothing new.
Yeah, I know.
As much as
that'll be
for him to do something different all season, right? I want him to do something different, you know. But
you think about that lineup, though,
time to play.
What you think about that lineup, though? Like,
yeah, I mean, I like the idea, but that you know, for me, that only works if Capella's out of the game, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're running
Capella's coming out of the game. You know, when he comes out of the game, Nerlens Noel is still in. You know, Nerlens Noel has got a lot more energy and a lot more stamina than Capella's got. Like, Capella's easily got 25, 30 pounds on Nerlens Noel, but Nerlens Noel, you know, most of his play is in the paint, defensively moving back and forth. He's really not – the most energy that Nerlens Noel wastes is when he's sprinting back down on the court or the offense. For the most part, he's just like he's a mover and a shaker. You know what I mean? He's not really, you know, expending a lot of energy. But Capella, you know, on defense, Capella is like that. He's always agitated because he's always trying to fight against finding out where Julius Randle is going to go, and he's always popping out for the help defense. He's doing a lot more work. So it's just I don't see how that's going to happen if Nerlens Noel is still the guy that's going to be that 5. Like, what are we doing? Are we, you know, is it Nerlens Noel comes out and Obi Toppin subs in, and then you run?
Yeah. I was saying, yeah, like when Capella goes to the bench, you know, more than likely, Noel's gonna go to the bench. He probably, like you said, probably stay up there for a little bit longer, but 9 out of 10, that's what Tibbs do. Tibbs like, all right, this guy come out, this guy's coming out as well. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking if he come out, we keep Randle and move Randle to that 5. Because who they got? Who's they backup? They backup is Okongwu, right?
Yeah, Onyeka Okongwu, yeah.
Yeah, so we can abuse him. Like Randle can abuse him.
Okongwu's a big body though.
He's a big body, but Randle, he's not going bang with Julius Randle. Let's keep it 100. And then that puts who's gonna be their power forward?
Well, Okongwu only plays 5 minutes and 48 seconds.
Gallinari gonna be there.
Gallinari played 29 yesterday. They ran.
They back up power forward.
I think it's Gallinari.
Gallinari, right?
Yeah, I think it's Gallinari.
Yeah, Gallinari got the bulk of those minutes off the bench.
Obi was giving low key. Obi was giving Gallinari fits.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I would try that. I mean, if it gets serious, I would try that lineup. But just you gotta Tibbs. I know we all know Tibbs is stubborn and he gonna stay with that same lineup. But I think Tibbs need to just spice it up, do something that they're not gonna expect.
Them, like throw a little cayenne pepper on that. So
yeah, you gotta switch it. You gotta come unexpected.
You know?
Yeah.
That is a fact.
Can't be too predictable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. They know in the half court, Randle gonna get the ball. He gonna try to get it 1-on-1. We double team. They're gonna swing it here. They're gonna try to either that or they're gonna look back door. They kind of got it. You know what I mean? Like basketball is real easy to read if you know what you're doing. So
nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, man, we go to Atlanta. We go to Atlanta tomorrow night. Just real quick, because I want to start getting into. I want to get into the Big 15 EP. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the Big 15 right now, and the Knicks are doing it as a Big 15. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it as a big team. You know what I mean? And that, you know, that's beautiful to watch. That's why if the Knicks were to advance far, you know, this is truly, truly organic. But just real quick. And I'm going to go around real quick. Just give me, 10, 15 seconds, your expectations when we go to Atlanta tomorrow. I'll start with you, Dio.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow we just going to have to bring our A game like every other game. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to bring our A game. Basically, like I said, get Randle and Bullock, get them into their flow early. And I think we'll be all right, man. We ain't got to worry about their crowd too much because, like you said, it's going to be 50-50 there. So I think if we just play our game, play our defense, throw our little traps in there every once in a while on Trae Young, we should be good, man. But that's a dub. We bring home a dub from that. That's a fact. We gonna go in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Evergreen, what you think, man? What we doing tomorrow night?
I'm ready. I'm ready for Obi Toppin to have a legitimate breakout game, not like a little 8-pointer electrifying. I'm ready for him to have a breakout game, and I'm ready for Emmanuel Quickly to have his legitimate breakout game from behind the arc tomorrow. Like those two to me can, me and Do spoke about this many times before. But I think Quickly has the potential to be like the legitimate X factor in this series as soon as Trae Young's off the bench. Like his shooting can exploit so much, but they have him playing the combo guard and he's kind of driving and doing the floaters. But he as many times where he's taking a screen and he just goes on the other side of the screen and just takes that jumper. Like I just want him to let it fly. So, let Obi run up and down the court. And I've kind of been champion Obi, let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do when everybody gave up on him. So I want to see, let's get Obi some more minutes. That's what I want Tibbs to do. And I want Tibbs to tell Quickly to let it fly.
Yeah. All right. And Bezo, I know, you're not a Knicks fan, but I'm sure you're following what's going on with the Knicks. So
well,
my God.
This is the game they gotta steal it. Gotta come in there, smack them around, and take it.
You.
Any other game like this, because the next game, you want to put the pressure on them in from the jump. So this game is to steal it, no matter by any means necessary. Steal the win.
Yeah, I feel you, because if we win, the Knicks come in and they win the first game, all the pressure is on Atlanta to win game 4.
Right.
Crazy pressure, because they know if they lose game 4, they might be out in 5 going back to New York.
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's over. So we can win 3 straight.
So
you gotta come in there, bullying the whole bully ball straight from the gate. Bully ball, put Trae Young in trouble. Get that boy in trouble. Like they have to figure out, how do you get this young man in foul trouble?
I don't know how you get Trae Young in foul trouble.
So you're not putting him in foul trouble.
Yeah. And I mean, Derrick Rose can go at him, but it's not the kind of go at him where
he's gonna let you go.
He's not making contact with you. So I don't know if you can get him in foul trouble.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to this, because we're talking playoffs right now. Mm-hmm. Right. We're talking about the playoffs. We talk about the Knicks, the Big 15. And the EP is entitled The Big 15, man. So, Dio, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about, you could tell us about yourself, your history as an artist, and then, why you decided to jump out and do a New York Knicks-themed EP.
Yeah, so for y'all who don't know me, my name is Dio. Short version of Drugs Only. But yeah, I'm from the Bronx, New York. Been making music, man, for a long time, for a very long time. But I'm gonna just skip all that. I'm gonna get into what we doing right now with the EP, with the Big 15. This project to me is special because of what we did, and I put out a tape before this, prior to this. It was called Knicks Tape. I dropped that before the season even started. So that was like, to me, that set the tone for what this tape is just following up. And I had a lot of good feedback from that tape, and a lot of fans was like, yo, you gotta make one if we get to the playoffs. I had a tweet, right? I put up a tweet. I said this is before the Knicks season started. I said, we're gonna win 40 games and we're gonna go to the playoffs. We hit that 40 games and we went to the playoffs. My tweet started going viral. People like, yo, you're a psychic, yo. They was like, yo, we need that tape. So I was like, all right. So me and Evergreen, Ben was supposed to put a tape. Ben was planning this, putting the tape in. My brother Bezo, I got my brother Bezo involved, man. That's like my music partner right there. We grew up together, same neighborhood. So it was just, everything was just organic about this project. It just happened organic. And, I let the other guys tell y'all the rest, man. But it's a classic album.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bezo.
Well, I was in here minding my own business. I was there making my own music. And my bro called me. What you doing? I'm like, come to the crib. We start working on other music. He come one morning, he like, bro, help me make this intro. So he makes the intro for you. And then it started snowballing. Like Evergreen, Evergreen sent me some beats. I'm like, play him. He sent me a beat. He does the playoff joint, and then he starts playing the beats. And it just started from one song turned into 2 songs to just do the whole thing. And we in here every day, freestyling, like literally no writing, play the beat, go in the booth, record it, done.
Yeah, we didn't write not a lyric on this album. We just went in there and just, whatever we felt, that's what we put on the song. So that this project was different for the sake of that. I've never done a project like that. I always write my projects out. So for me to go in the booth, I'm talking about we writing them in our brain as we listening to the beat and went right in the booth. And we leaving our phones, we was documenting it. We had a couple videos, you know what I'm saying, where we would be showing people like, yo, listen, we ain't going in here with no phones, no nothing. We just gonna do this right here. So it's a special kind of album, man. You know what I mean? And shout out to Evergreen for the production. The beats is crazy.
Oh yeah,
no doubt, definitely. No doubt. Evergreen, you want to jump in there real quick before we play the first track, Playoffs?
Actually, let me talk about the how the playoff record came about. So really, when it comes to the creative process of this whole tape, like I only had like major input on like I would say 2 records, right? I left all of that to them, right? So all of these beats that you've heard, these are all beats that I've made over the course of, I would say, the last 10 years. Some of these, I'm not going to tell you which beats are older or newer, but some of these beats are older that I've been sitting on, but I was just waiting for the right type of project to present them out to, right? So Sim initially introduced me to Dio and was like, yo, if you ever thinking about, making music with an artist, like, so again, like Dio said, like we had plans on doing a Nick tape,
For the quarantine.
That was all during like last season. We wanted to christening in the new season, but he had already had his project out. So, once we started getting closer to this idea of us making the playoffs, I'm like, yo, I gotta do something now. So I followed up with them like, yo, what are we doing? Are we gonna put this tape together or what? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So literally this whole tape is probably a week and a half, 2 weeks that we actually put this whole entire tape together. So what you are hearing, this is the first time in music sports history that anybody has ever, any producer, artist, fan combination has ever put together an album specifically for one franchise where the entire tape is dedicated to that particular sport and that particular team. If you want to count the NBA 2K soundtracks and all of that, yeah, but some of those songs, you could take them and drop them on somebody else's album that have nothing to do with that particular sport. But this album right here is strictly basketball, and most importantly, it's familiarity within the community, right? And most importantly, we should all be bumping this towards every single game to keep us in the playoffs. This should be motivation to keep us in the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt. So you mentioned the playoffs. Let's get into the first track. It's called Playoffs. All right, let's go ahead and check this joint out right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's fire.
This that album and this that season. Through all the tough times and we still breathing. Stand up and applaud our new Knicks. I said stand up and applaud our new Knicks. Woo!
You can catch us in the playoffs. Go hard or go home in the playoffs. My team winning, you can catch us in the playoffs. It's go hard or go home in the playoffs. It's either win or
When I
lose.
step on the court, they better pass me the ball.
Give me that.
Cause when it's down to the clutch, I'ma get us a score. We gotta give it our all and act like we never been here before. You do it right, then we winning it all. Just go ahead and play. We don't care who get in our way. Fade away, then I shoot in your face. The shot water like a pool or lake. We just trying to be great. The team win with the less mistakes. We now balling in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. Go hard or go home in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. My team winning, you can catch us in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. It's go hard or go home in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. It's either win or lose. You can catch us in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. Go hard or go home in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. My team winning, you can catch us in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. It's go hard or go home in the playoffs, playoffs, playoffs. It's either win or lose.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that right there, that's our playoff theme right there. That's the playoff theme song.
Stand up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Big 15. Big 15 vibes.
No doubt. That's the playoff theme song right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be timestamped, so you can go back and check it out. Of course, the official album is going to be dropped on all platforms shortly, so you're getting a quick preview here. You know what I mean? That's what you're getting right now. You're getting a nice quick preview. The official album is going to be dropped on all platforms shortly. You know what I mean? That's that. You heard J Boogie on the track. Playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
Mean. It's official too. This is the way that came about with J Boogie was, we reached out, we saw what he was doing within the Knicks community, within the Knicks media, and it was only perfect for him to be the one to introduce the tape. A lot of people love his takes. A lot of people love his grit, his motivation. So bringing J Boogie in here was just like, we wanted that to be the whole vision of setting it off. So you're going to see a lot of these, these closet Knicks fans that pop up out of nowhere that are all about it. But the real true Knicks fans that are, that are really deep in the trenches with this, you guys recognize that voice immediately and know,
exactly.
Okay, J Boogie is here. These guys are really, really connected with each other. And this Knicks stuff is really a big family.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. I just want J Boogie to take a breath when he's talking. I don't want him to have an asthma tag or fall out. Just take a quick breath real quick.
Yeah, he don't stop. He's full of energy, and he's even like that over the phone. Like he, talking to the guy on the phone, he's going in. There's no breaks. You're like, all right, I see what you're doing. He's in. So he's like that. And that's what we need in New York City. That's what we need in New York City. That kind of.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So let's get the next track is entitled Big 15, and I'm gonna show the cover. I didn't get a chance to show the cover. I'm gonna show everybody the cover. Then we'll get back and get into the tracks right here. So if you see this around the internet, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. Now you know what it is. The Big 15. That's the cover of the album. Here's the songs on the album. You just heard Playoffs. You got Big 15, hashtag Big 15, hashtag WeHere, We in the Game, Blacktop or Hardwood, Fate in My Soul, Roar the Crowd, and 30 for 30, a Julius Randle story.
30 for 3. 30 for 3.
30 for 3. I said 30. It's 30 for 30 on the album cover. I mean, it's 30 for 3 on the album cover. I said 30 for 30, but it's 30 for 3 on the album cover. 30 for 3, a Julius Randle story. And we about to check out all of these right here. So this is basically the title track, right? That we about to get into, Big 15.
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Big 15. Let's go.
This for all the doubters and all the haters and all of Vegas said we wasn't gonna win more than 20 games and nobody wanted to play with Tom. Look at us now, we 15 strong.
Big 15, Big 15, Big 15, Big 15. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. Big 15, Big 15, Big 15, Big 15. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. Big 15. New York, we here. Let everybody know New York's in here. Yeah, your team scared when y'all see us on the court, but everybody know the Knicks run New York. No place like the Garden, everybody on their feet. Yes. When Randle at the line, we yelling MVP. The concrete jungle where bros grew in the garden. Yeah. Reggie is a sniper from 3 hitting his target. Don't drive to the hole cause Nerlens gon' block it. And once quickly put up a shot, you can't stop it. You can't see RJ Barrett in the paint. Taj on the board, you better get up out his way. Fourth quarter clutch like Burks for the 3. It's hard for you to score if Peyton playing D. Frank for the kill, Knox for the drill. Obi in the air, 360 windmill. Theo on the bench, got the whole team hype. And Jared and Pell gon' be the ones to fight. It's New York Knicks, we running the game. That's why everybody in the league remember our name. We yelling Big 15, Big 15, Big 15, Big 15. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. Big 15, Big 15, Big 15, Big 15. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here. New York, we here.
Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy Sin with nothing but Knicks. You are now rocking with the Big 15 EP. We here, baby. Let's go. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, right there, that song is Big 15. That's the title track. Big 15, we here. Hashtag Big 15, hashtag we here. And DL, you was about to say something about the song, about the recording process.
Oh man, it was fun doing this record, man. This record was fun. Like I said, this is I mean, basically all the records on it, but this is no writing. This is just going in a booth.
Just making it up.
Just making it up as I go. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally just sitting there just making it up. But I wanted to do something where all the fans, all the Knicks fans could connect to. And we are the Big 15 and we here. And that I already knew that the all Knicks community, we gonna all connect with that one right there. So I can see this being a big Knicks anthem. Let's get it to be a big Knicks anthem, man. All y'all fans, all the Knicks fans in the chat, man. Let's get this Big 15 record out there, man. This is for us. I don't do selfish music. This music is for us, man. So we here. You know what I'm saying? Big 15 vibe.
That's what's up.
And most importantly, so this is if y'all pay attention to again, if y'all in the trenches like I am and y'all really paying attention to all Knicks media, you would have found out Alan Hahn said that the dude that made the Go New York Go song way back, what was it, 90, 94, 95, whatever year it was, that dude has ownership in an NBA team. Can anybody right now guess what team I'm talking about? The answer is we're playing them right now in the playoffs, the Atlanta Hawks. That guy that made the Go New York Go song for us has ownership in the Atlanta Hawks. So what that means is we, as New York Knicks fans, can no longer jack that song. Word. So we have. So my vision when I passed records off, it was we need an anthem to replace the Go New York Go. But then once Alan Hahn dropped that tidbit of information for us, I said, oh yeah, this has to be the big record. So it's up to y'all. I mean, it's 177 people in here right now. It's up to y'all. This record. Because in reality, yesterday, with everything that came down yesterday, how the streets on 33rd it was in pandemonium. If that record would have played, if somebody would have had a speaker and playing that record, that would have been immediately replacing that Go New York Go trash. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm calling it for right now. So it's up to us to push this record.
You know what? Let me say this real quick. I think the next game, I'm glad you said that. The next playoff game, I'm going down there. We're going to get a big speaker. And if we win or lose, I'm going to play that record.
That's what we were. There you go.
That's how we gonna hit the streets. That's what we do. That's what we do. So
right,
let's get it. Let's
on
get
loop.
it.
On loop too.
Yeah.
On loop. Right. So this next track is called "We in the Game." Right. This one features Bezo. You on this track here. You want to talk to us a little bit about this track?
Well, this is the Black Rob dedication record. We dedicated this joint to Black Rob. Like, whoa. It's a lot of references in this. It's a lot of subliminal references in this record where we subliminally talk about other basketball players, but keep it in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically our whoa for basketball.
Okay. All right. Dio, anything you want to add before I get into it?
It's one of my favorite records, man. And let's like I said with all the other tunes, let's make this song the official playoff record. This is a basketball record. You know what I'm saying? If you love basketball, playoff basketball, this is for this one is for all teams that's in the NBA. Let's say that this is a basketball record.
Like everybody that's in it.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna rock with this record. You know what I mean? So let's get it.
All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. We in the game, ladies and gentlemen, right here.
Yeah. We here now. You know why we here, and you know what we came to do. Gotta go out there and fight for it. Go out and take it. If you have to. Is you with me? Yeah. You know it's game night.
We tipping off like
The NBA, right?
you can catch us in the playoffs like
Chance of a lifetime, every game matters. Down to the wire, every second is important. Draw it up like I'm coaching, run the plays, we in motion. If I draw the double team, better make it if you open. Chef it up like, yeah, splash bros like, I'm about to rock a bye, baby like, that's 3 to the dome like, go logo like, NBA we in the game like, in the playoffs we go hard like, R.I.P. Black Rob like, you know it's game night.
we tipping off like
The NBA, right?
you can catch us in the playoffs like once the ball in the air, then it's fair game. My team coming up like a staircase. Just because you got the lead, you ain't near safe. Cause it's one more run, we back in the game. I caught a dunk like about to get this and one like we on a 10-0 run like we about to have fun like I'm in a lane like you about to feel a pain like we on a bigger stage like one shot could win a game like huh?
Peace, die hearts. It's your boy E-Roo, the Any Star host of the Knicks podcast. You're now listening to the Big 15 EP. We here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, like, whoa, that's what I'm talking about right there. Beat is crazy. The beat, I love the way what you did with the whoa, with the Black Rob whoa, man, for real.
Yeah.
And that's definitely I mean, you know, I could hear that on 2K. You know what I'm saying? I can hear that on 2K when you get into, you know, you get in the playoffs on 2K or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Without a doubt.
That's fine.
Yeah, I want to beat battle with that beat. So I'm looking at Mikey in here right now. I want to beat battle with that beat. So, you know, just with all the stuff that happened, you know, over this year with the death of, you know, I made this beat like 2 years ago too, by the way. So, you know, it was only right that this beat would be, you know, something to legitimately commemorate Black Rob, you know what I mean? And with all the success that we got going on right now with the team, you know, what better way to do it than to present this record for the entire New York City? You know, even though the record is broad, you know what I mean? It's not specifically New York. The fact that we all know what Like Whoa did to the city, right? What Like Whoa did to the city, that makes it resonate with us automatically.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, it's definitely New York music. This is New York all day.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, it's a dope track, man. That's a super dope track. Like I said, I can hear it. Now, I do want to ask you all, you know what I'm saying, if somebody wanted to take a little piece of like Big 15 or whatever, you know what I'm saying, they tweet it out or anything like that. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this is about. This tape is not for the three of us. This tape is for y'all, right? This tape is for y'all. This is you guys do whatever you want with it, right?
Consume it.
Right. As of right now, just for everybody listening, as of right now, the only place you're gonna get this record for the next couple days is gonna be you coming back here and you checking the timestamps. Right. But the record is going to drop. It's going to drop on YouTube, and then it's going to drop on all streaming platforms. Right. And at that point, you're going to see everything take off. So as long as we see, more playoff success, this album is going to be based off of how our team plays.
That's true.
And it's going to be based off of how you guys present it out to the rest of the world.
Yeah, let's get it.
That's why it's for us. That's
what I'm talking about. So this next track is called Blacktop or Hardwood, featuring Dio and Bezzo. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Blacktop or Hardwood.
They can check me. Once I'm on the court, they respect me. It's the right move, I'm going lefty. Off the backboard, I'm fundamentally. Been a baller, still a baller, some assists, please. Every chance I shoot my shot, all I see is green. In it for the money, yeah, but I need a ring. Blacktop or Hardwood, I'm trying to be the king.
Once I come to the paint, you better get out the way. Or I can take you to the bank and fade away in your face. Once it's shot in the air, you know it's cash in the bank. And you can sit on the bench if you ain't got what it takes. We the hottest in the league right now. No selfish players for the team right now. So you can either put your hands up or put your hands down. It's supposed to rise a dunk. That's a man down. Once they throw me the alley, then you know the vibe. If you ain't got hops like mine, you getting posterized. I can see your coach stressed out from the side, but ain't nobody gonna stop me when I'm in my prime. It's time to win it all, so we gon' leave it all on the floor. You better bring your game to the court. It's time to win it all, so we gon' leave it all on the floor. So bring your A game to the court.
What you playing for? They can check me. Once I'm on the court, they respect me. It's the right move, I'm going lefty. Off the backboard, I'm fundamentally. Been a baller, still a baller, some assists, please. Every chance I shoot my shot, all I see is green. In it for the money, yeah, but I need a ring. Blacktop or Hardwood, I'm trying to be the king. How you want it, right to left or behind the back? Do the leg spin, move, rock a Euro step. Step back, steal money like a cash check. We right now, we don't care if you got next. How you want it, right to left or behind the back? Spin, move between the legs, rock a Euro step. Step back, steal money like a Nike check. We right now, we don't care if you got next. What you playing for? They can check. Once I'm on the court, they respect me. It's the right move, I'm going left. Off the backboard, I'm fundamentally. Been a baller, still a baller, some assists, please. Every chance I shoot my shot, all I see is green. In it for the money, yeah, but I need a ring. Blacktop or Hardwood, I'm trying to be the king. Yeah, but I need a ring. Blacktop or Hardwood, I'm trying to be the king. In it for the money, yeah, but I need a ring. Blacktop or Hardwood, I'm trying to be the king.
Yeah, the hook on that joint is hard, man. No doubt. But the hook on that joint is crazy. Really like that hook right there. For real. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, make sure that you go ahead and, clip these. You'll be able to come back. You'll be able to come back. Everything will be timestamped so you can get to each song easily enough. You know what I mean? So you can go ahead and clip it out and do everything that you got to do with it, man. I know you guys had to have fun with this joint right here. You know what I mean? You had to have fun with this joint.
That was fun to me.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun record right there. I'm not gonna lie. all the records is like, we had fun doing all these records, man. Because, like I said, it was so organic. It wasn't nothing that we had to write down, really critique. We really just went off there off straight emotion and just went in. You know what I mean? That's what we did, man.
I didn't even have the beats. D.O. did. He would upload a beat. That's the beat? Oh, we going in.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Just go. You know
So-
what I mean?
I want you to talk a little bit about this next track. It's called Fate in My Soul. Right? Fate in My Soul. Talk to me about this one right here.
Oh, man.
This one, I ain't gonna hold you. This is my favorite song, even though it's me. I'm not talking about because it's me. It's the way I made the song, the way it sounds, like the feeling of the song, the message in the song. This is for all the young boys who believe they can make it to the NBA, because you can. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is believe in it, and that's what this song is about. It's about believing in yourself. Basketball is in myself.
Listen,
We shoot a video for that. Let's go.
got to.
Okay.
Listen, Sim.
Got to.
Sim, I sent the beats over. I sent them over like quick. Like, here's this one. This one sound good. This one. When they sent me this record, at first I listened to it and I was dealing with a bunch of stuff. So I was like, it's something to this record and I can't put my finger on it. When I got back and I actually was able to sit down in headphones and listen to the message in this record. Like, this record, you can put this record at the end of like NBA 2K story mode for your creative character. But you can take the message from this record and apply it to all avenues of manhood.
Right.
This record, this is probably the most powerful. I've been ranting and raving about this record.
This is a basketball record. Now we're talking about a basketball record.
Right.
Yeah,
I've been ranting and raving about this record for the past 5 days. Like, just play the record, man.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. They're here. They're gonna know what's going on. Fate in My Soul.
Fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You better hit it. I want
You know what? Bezo.
got ice water in his veins.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I was in the gym putting work in. Shot after shot, I'm perfecting. My mind's clock counting down the seconds. Dream of game winners every time I'm resting. One of the best from the east to the west end. On this court I hear the critics and they judgment. The way I execute the jury say a bad man. With both hands, lay a package is outstanding. Ovations what I get. Roar from the crowd, the feeling that I get. The sound of the swish after the snap of the wrist. See, I could throw the alley or the no-look dish. In my house, we play D like a picket white fence. Shot clock, hit the 3, then I'm looking at the bench. Support from my team, they giving me the lift. To live out my dreams, take us to the chip. Always knew I had to play a role. See, basketball is in my soul. Since a young kid, I was on the go, hooping. See, basketball was in my soul. From the schoolyard to the large arenas, please. See, basketball is in my soul. I know it's gonna be hard when it's time to leave you. Damn. See, basketball is in my soul. Yeah. Game after game, I'm in the back park. Head to the rucker to get my skills sharp. Watching the pros, they all play there. Knowing one day that I'ma make it there. I worked on my move just like a madman. I practice my shot on every trash can. I could dribble 2 pills even with both hands. I've been running these drills since 4 a.m. Hit the weight room, can't wait to play soon. When it's tip-off time, I'm like May, June. Don't get heat checked, don't get your team swept. Y'all need more experience, y'all ain't there yet. And I can make it wet, bank shot, think not. I'm trying to hit it when it's 1 second on the clock. When we win it, they parading up and down the block. See you next year when y'all try to knock us off the top. Till then, we gon' shower in champagne. Then it's back to the gym to do it all again. Married to the game, you don't see the rings. Season after season, we just try and win. Till then, we gon' shower in champagne. Then back to the gym, let's do it all again. I'm married to the game, I'm just getting rings. Season after season, we should never end. Always knew I had to play a role. See, basketball is in my soul. Since a young kid, I was on the go, hooping. See, basketball was in my soul. From the schoolyard to the large arenas, please. See, basketball is in my soul. I know it's gonna be hard when it's time to leave you. Damn. See, basketball is in my soul.
Yo, it's your boy Guillermo of Legion of Knicks. You are now listening to the Big 15 EP. We here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Basketball is in my soul. I'm going to tell you what. It's a lot of people can relate to that, including myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Including myself. Look, I've been planning for a very long time to do a documentary series, a mini doc series called Knicks fan, Memoirs of a Knicks Fan, and I'm still working on it. You know what I mean? I planned on possibly doing some recording this weekend on it, and it just kind of tell a story of what made me a Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? My story is kind of a deep story. You know what I'm saying? And it's what made basketball be part of my soul. You know what I'm saying? So that song is deeper than a lot of people even realize, for real. It's a basketball song, but deeper than a lot of people realize, man, for real.
That was needed for that album. We needed something like, because we had anthem songs. We had different records. So that record, I was, like for all the music, I'm sitting right, I'm there for all the music. And I just see him going off and I see where he was taking it. I'm like, man, this one gonna be big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everything in there. Yeah, I definitely called it. This one right here was like really one of my favorite joints on the album. And salute to my guys. Salute to Bezo. Salute to Evergreen on the beat. That one was definitely a big tune right there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna really take you in. That's gonna really take you through a whole trip. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna put you in the mood. It's gonna put you in the zone. So we did something amazing with this album. We did something amazing and we challenged ourselves at the same time. This is the most basketball we ever talked about.
No profanity.
No profanity. We didn't curse not once on the whole album. You know what I'm saying?
No profanity whatsoever.
No profanity. Was on every song. Every song is clean. You could just upload it, play it, put it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? If kids is watching this, y'all can play it.
You know what I mean?
It's kid friendly. You know what I'm saying? It's friendly for everybody.
And you know what's crazy is every song is a basketball song, but it don't feel like basketball songs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It
don't feel like
basketball
songs. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's dope. You know what I mean? And that's challenging to do. That's challenging to do because, you know what I'm saying? Like when you make basketball songs or like a lot of time songs themed towards whatever, you can tell, it sounds like that. You get the basketball sounds and we had some of that throughout the music, but sometimes it's overwhelmingly basketball sounds. This just sounds like regular music.
Right. That's what's
dope about it.
You know what I mean? Like it's a regular song. It's just about basketball.
Right. Exactly. This next joint, Roar the Crowd.
Ooh, this is me again.
Yeah.
We're about to get into this. Roar the Crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and rock this right here.
This is like the continuation of the last song.
Okay.
I was in after I recorded that song, Dio had left. And I was like, I'm not finished. So I just uploaded this beat and went to work.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, word. Roar the Crowd.
Roar the Crowd.
Okay, let's go. Woo. Huh? I'm making my move, I'm taking it now. I'm making a play, no slowing me down. Straight to the lane, I'm dunking it down. You taking the charge, I'm making it wow. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. Yeah, the roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. Screaming my name, that's what I came for. To put on the show, that's what they pay for. The price of admission, it ain't cheap, no. These front row seats is for the stars, bro. I'm in the league where they take charge. One false move, you getting dunked on. Don't sit in my lane, I'm about to take off. They send you a bucket to walking in. One. From the stripe, I'm like 90 with it. 3-point plays, how I make my living. 3-and-D player, I don't do positions. Put the clamps on the best of the opposition. Defense crash the boards, we in transition. No look past, see the core vision. Sorta like Magic playing sick with it. I just do it like Nike, they just didn't get it. I'm making my move, I'm taking it now. I'm making a play, no slowing me down. Straight to the lane, I'm dunking it down. You taking the charge, I'm making it wild. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The smell of victory, taste of defeat. It's like the coin toss. This game is 50-50. When rookies tried to pick me, can't put that shoulder in me. I showed them it's a difference. Come on, stop playing with me. The smell of victory, the taste of defeat. It's like the coin toss. This game is 50-50. When rookies try to pick me, can't put that shoulder in me. They know that it's a difference. Come on, stop playing with me. I'm making my move, I'm taking it now. I'm making a play, no slowing me down. Straight to the lane, I'm dunking it down. You taking the charge, I'm making it wild. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. The roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd.
First they said we overpaid him, then they said we need to trade him. How much hate can one man take when he only trying to feed his family? How much doubt you gotta give to a man that's trying to lift up a city? A double machine, player of the week, player of the month. Who ain't the most improved player? And we in the playoffs? I'm talking about Julius, AKA the Black Messiah.
All right. J Boog ended it off talking about Julius Randle. We're going to get into that song.
Yeah, that has to be the next song.
We're going to get into that joint. We're going to get into it without a doubt.
That was crazy.
Roar of the crowd, the roar of the crowd. We here, man.
Yeah, and look, the roar of the crowd joint, just like you said, right? You know, the first track, you know, Fate, it's in my, you know, basketball's in my soul, but then you kind of explain, okay, here's why. Because I love the roar of the crowd. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's yeah, that's another dope one, man.
Thank you.
I want to say this real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Yo,
man, run this up.
I'm watching all the love, man. The love is unreal right now, man. Thank y'all. Yo, this is for y'all, man. This is for y'all. So
that's why we
everybody that's in the chat that's loving the music. The album will be out very soon. Very soon. So
very soon.
Trust me, this will be everywhere. I see a lot of people saying all this music need to be on 2K. We appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate
this keep us going right here. So thank y'all, man. We really appreciate y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah, give me the big head. Y'all gotta give me the big head because I will come down here and I will sit down here all night. I'll cook up beats all night. If 2K was to pick this up, this is what we need. We need everybody get on your own social media platforms. Hashtag Big15, hashtag BIG15. You know what I mean? And share the hell out of it. Take a screenshot of this link. You know what I mean? Go or play, screen record it, put it to your platforms. All your social. We can make this record big. You know what I mean? And then y'all could say, you know, y'all were a part of this. You know what I mean? Y'all were a part of this. This record is only going to go as big as y'all want it to go to.
Exactly. All right. And the last joint, 30 for 3. Julius Randle's story. And you heard J Boogie introduce it for us. Dio, you want to talk to him about this track?
All right, so I'm gonna give credit to Evergreen on this one. This was definitely this was Evergreen vision. I just basically brought it to life. You know what I mean? Like initially when I first got this beat, I was gonna do a Julius Randle. I was gonna do another type of Julius Randle record to it, but Evergreen had threw some ideas my way, and I was loving where it was going. At first, I was denying it. I'm like, nah, man, this is too much. But then I really sat down and really gave it some thought, and I was like, you know what? This is the type of record if Julius Randle was to see it, like hear this record, he would cry. Like this will bring tears to his eye. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't get no bigger than this as far as like I would just say like a bio of his life, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is a big record. I'll let Evergreen talk a little bit more before we play this one, but this one is a huge record as far as like, we breaking down somebody's life, you know what I mean? Shout out to Julius, man. Shout out to everything he did.
Big shout out to Julius Randle, man.
King of New York, man. King of New York. Let's get it.
You know, like I when I came up with the idea for this record, I've been sitting on this idea for a long time. And actually what inspired me to really, like, what really probed my mind for this record was actually Jay Boogie, right? Like, listen to him and how he would gloat about all of the stuff that Julius Randle had accomplished. Like, you know, the last like home built successful all-star that we had was Carmelo Anthony. If you want to count Porzingis in that year that he made it, but he didn't play because of the injury, like whatever, like we passed that. I'm talking about the last one that was built in New York. It really was Patrick Ewing. Like, go from Patrick Ewing, you go and you start naming off Knicks that were all-stars. They were players on other teams, you know what I mean? But they didn't make, you know, they made their all-star teams respectively. You know what I mean? Amari Stoudemire made his all-star team respectively. Carmelo Anthony respectively. Tyson Chandler respectively from those other teams. So this is the first player that we've had that was really like, that was able to galvanize and was built here. Yes, he played for the Lakers. Yes, he played for the Pelicans, but he was built here. Right. So I really wanted to commemorate him, and I really wanted to tell his story, because it's really a story of like, there's so much adversity and triumph that comes in Julius Randle's story that a lot of people just gloss over because they're stuck in the aura that is New York City. But when you start to put that magnifying glass down and you really zoom in into everything that's happened in the Julius Randle's career up until now, you see that dude is a bad man. Right, he's a bad man. So you know, without further ado, Sim, let's get to the record. I'm super proud of this record. Big shout out
to my bro Dio for coming.
Yeah, man,
for coming over. And he did it. And he was like, "You think this is too much?" I'm like, "Bro, you telling this man's life. Make it happen." And shout out to Dio, man, and shout out to Dio and Evergreen for bringing the ideas, the whole opportunity to me, for me to do my magic. You know what I'm saying, and work. And to go in, you know what I mean? Because I love to make music. So this is like 10, this is like a plus for me. Like,
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm like a little kid right now. I'm just humble.
No doubt. Let's get it. This is 30 for 3, ladies and gentlemen. A Julius Randle story.
Julius, I asked you before, do you think you should have went higher in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, I think I should have went higher for sure. But, you know, the teams that passed on me will regret it. But I'm not worried about it. You know, I was offered some great advice before this. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Do you think teams passing you due to the concerns with your foot?
Maybe not, you know, but I'm not worried about it. You know, I get to go play in a great city, great franchise that expects nothing but championships, great market, great organization.
And Kobe Bryant.
You know, my idol growing up, so I couldn't be more ecstatic to where I'm going.
Drafted to the Lakers, pick number 7. Dreams coming true, this is basketball heaven. On the court with Kobe, it don't get no better. I learned everything I know from my icon legend. I was balling at the Rockets game, came down the lane for a dunk, then I broke my leg. My life changed for a second, but the fact remained that one day I'ma get back to the game and bring the pain.
Guys, he's grimacing pretty severely in pain every time they try to move his leg or his foot. Kobe Bryant keeps reaching down, sort of giving him helpful pats on the shoulder and the back of the head, telling him to stay strong, but he's obviously in severe pain, yelling every time they touch him. And they're now trying to immobilize the leg. It's difficult, and it's really struggling.
I owe everything I learned to you, 24. All I have is in the gym, and that's off and on the court. The Mamba mentality is more than a sport. It's a lifestyle we live, and that's what you taught. I was humbled by your presence, cause your grind is perfected. I'm the teacher, you the student, and I'm here for the lessons. I was ever out of pocket, you was right there to check me, and I know you looking down,
so he's
smiling from heaven.
Free agent after this season. Should the Lakers bring him back?
I think so. I think he's unique. I think Luke has totally opened up this kid's game in the way he's using him. Playing him as a 5 is scary because he's strong enough to guard any center in the league, but there is not one center in this league that wants to have him coming downhill at him with that dribble, that
Free
power.
agent from the Lakers, now I'm ballin'. Took my talents down to LA to New Orleans. NBA is on notice because I'm scoring. It don't matter who guard me, I'ma torch them. I'm be in the hole going crazy. They can't stop me cause I'm going crazy. I know they peeping on my game lately. I'ma make all my foes hate me.
Julius, talk about some of the decision-making process that made you come to things.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a pretty easy decision. Once I knew it was an option for me to be able to come here and play for the Knicks, it was a no-brainer for me. Just that feeling of playing the MSG. I've had a chance to play for the Knicks. This would definitely be a no-brainer for me. So.
New York, big city of dreams. The first year in New York wasn't really a dream. All the losses that we took, I had to put them on me. Now this time around, I gotta do for my team. I'ma put on for us. I'm an MVP. I'm an all-star level, and they can't stop me. Now the city is mine. They gon' all watch me. When I stand at the line, they yelling MVP.
Julius Randle makes his first All-Star selection. One of 4 NBA players averaging at least 20, 10, and 5. The Knicks, a 7 seed right now.
The king of New York, we
19
yelling
double-doubles for Julius.
MVP. Julius Randle is the MVP. The king of New York, we yelling.
You can hear the boisterous and vociferous group here at Madison Square Garden. Really no place like it.
You said it, there's no place like this, Lord. And I mean, it's when it's live in there, and they're chanting like that, I mean, it's the Mecca for a reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, that right there was the Julius Randle story. Julius Randle story, man. That's a dope track. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, like we said earlier, to be able to take music about basketball and still be able to interweave the elements of hip hop, you know, just to keep it, to keep it authentic is dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be able to tell a story of Julius Randle. You know, some music that can touch you on a deeper level. I mean, you know, it's dope, man. That was a dope track. That was a dope track.
Looking. I mean,
Evergreen on the beat. Every beat is Evergreen. Shout out to Evergreen. We took one of his award. He won a competition with one of his beats. Made that into a banger.
Yeah.
We took the old music, turned those into bangers.
Yes.
It's a lot. Like all the ideas.
Yeah, this album just feel good, man. Overall, like we kept saying from the beginning, man. It's just a good album that you could really listen to, and again, you forget it's about basketball because like we said, man, it just takes you through different emotions and it sound organic. It don't sound forced. I hear a lot of records. And it sound false, man. It sound like you forcing the issue. And I was telling Bezo prior to making this, I was like, let's just make this organic. I don't really want to make this false, like we just forcing the issue. Like, let's just make it seem, you know what I mean? It's like easy going for the ears as possible. Not like a bunch of name flips with a bunch of jersey flips and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We wanted to make it real. So even if you're not a Knicks fan and you might hear this album could be for you as well, man. But you know, so this is what type of project it is. This project is like universal. So it's like it can go to whoever it applies to, man. You hear songs like Fate, you hear songs like Playoffs, you know, different records can go for anybody. So
right. But it is the Big 15.
It's the Big 15. Let's be clear.
Big 15.
We are the Big 15.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's a dope record. It's going to be on all streaming platforms shortly.
Yeah.
Right? But in the meantime, you can always jump back here and, go through. It'll be timestamped so you can check each, you can click on it, check each record. You know, it'll be there for you. And please make sure, you clip what you like. And share it on your social media platforms,
Please
man.
do.
You know what I'm saying?
Please do. Get it. Help us get to 2K.
Yeah, share it.
Help
You know,
us get
clip
to
it, screen
2K.
clip it. Make sure you use hashtag Big15. You know what I mean? Not the Big15. The name of the tape is the Big15, but when you're using it on Instagram and Twitter and all that, just Big15. Hashtag Big15. Share it. Let everybody else hear it. Let them see it. You know, this tape within the next few days, you know, with people seeing that, this tape could go viral for real.
For real. And if you're in Atlanta, take that Big15 song.
Yes.
And bump it all over ATL tomorrow. Go to State Farm Arena and blast it out of your car. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's our time. It's our time, man. Knicks family, it's our time, man.
Still one, Knicks fans. Let's steal one.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Look, tomorrow night, the Knicks are in Atlanta, trying to steal one in Atlanta, take that home court back. You know, I'll probably do a game preview really early tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm supposed to be in New York later on in the evening. Well, I'll see what happens with the post game. I don't know. I'll probably just do it from my phone or something like that. But either way, make sure that you're ready and you catch me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, as long as it's okay with you guys, you know, when I do some live shows, I'm going to throw some of these tracks on.
Absolutely.
You got our blessings all the time, Sim.
Absolutely.
Let's make this clear. Sim is the #1 Knick podcast out here. MBK, I'm saying that, drugs only. MBK is the #1 podcast for the Knicks, man. So if y'all want to see any Knick content, man, let's go. And make sure y'all hit those likes, man. Let's get those likes up. Share the page out there. Let's keep it going, man.
Appreciate you, brother.
Hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit them with a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Share the content. You know the rules.
Let's do it. Hey, any last words you guys want to get in about the EP, about the game tomorrow? Dio, I'll start with you, man.
Oh, you talking to me? All right, man. Tomorrow we just gotta play Knicks basketball. I think we really got our identity. So our identity is playing defense. So I think as long as we play our defense, like I said, we get Bullock going, we get Randle going. Yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna steal that game tomorrow from them in Atlanta. And I'm real confident that we're gonna win this series for sure. I don't think Atlanta gonna take it there on us. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get cold like they got cold yesterday. And that's it. We're gonna be doing our thing. But yeah, Big 15, man. Big 15, we're gonna put it out through United Masters. It'll be everywhere soon. We're gonna put it on YouTube. Salute to you, Sam, once again. Salute to Evergreen for producing the whole project, man, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we done spoke like a million times during this whole process. Salute to Bezo. We working hard. I mean, we sweating. We in the booth getting it right. You know what I'm saying? Like nonstop, man. We doing this for y'all, man. We doing this for the fans. So, you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say, man. The love forever. Big 15, New York. We here.
We here.
Yeah. Bezo, any last parting words?
Shout out to everybody that came to the live. Shout out to Dio for, brother from another 20 plus years. Shout out to Evergreen cooking up that cooking, you know what I'm saying? And allowing me to do what I do. Shout out to the channel. Shout out to everybody out here. Big 15, hashtag Big15. Go get that. Go listen to that. It'll be coming in a matter of days. You'll be seeing it. You heard like Evergreen said, it'll be on YouTube. So stay tuned, man. There's a lot more songs. That was just
Yeah, we got some surprises too. We got some surprises.
It's a CD, so we just gave y'all the samples, and you go in there and you get that and take us to 2K. If y'all feel we need to be on 2K,
that's what I'm talking about.
2K.
Word up.
You know what I mean? If we speak it into existence, y'all could be the ones that say, yeah, we did that.
That's it. Let's make it happen. Evergreen, any last words before we get up out of here?
First off, you can follow me on all streaming, or not all streaming platforms, excuse me. You can follow me on social medias, Instagram, Evergreen _G6. If you haven't already done so, that's Instagram and Twitter, Evergreen _G6. Most of my stuff on Instagram is all music related, but most of my stuff on Twitter is all basketball related. So hit me up there if you know anybody that's interested, that's legitimate in making music, that is down to make music. Have them hit me up, have them contact me. I'm always down to make music with people. Share the Big 15, share this post, show it to all your friends. Take screenshots, screen record the videos, post it up, hashtag Big 15, tag us in it. You know what I mean? Let's get it, man. We could make this whole tape huge. You know what I mean? And y'all got the opportunity as Knicks fans to be a part of it. Y'all heard it here first.
No doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. As usual, man, spread love out there. Be easy, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Out of here.
This is NBK. Nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Knick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.